Crash Team Racing Nitro-Fueled was officially revealed over 2 months ago, and the hype for this game is real. The original Crash Team Racing game on the PlayStation is my favorite Crash game of all time, and I'm really excited to play the remastered version this coming June. There's a lot of speculation over Nitro-Fueled possibly including racers that weren't playable in the original CTR game. Nitrous Oxide has been confirmed to be fully playable this time without the use of a Game Shark, but we don't know if any other characters will be added into the game. So for this video, I'll be listing 10 characters I would like to see appear in Crash Team Racing Nitro-Fueled. I don't think every character on my list will be playable in the game, but it's fun to speculate over which characters may appear, if any. Now, let's get started. At number 10, we have Entrance. Now I know Entrance didn't appear until after Crash Team Racing, and I'm not sure if Beenox does plan on including post-Naughty Dog era characters into the game. Entrance is only on my list because the Team Trance cart appears in the reveal trailer as a selectable cart. Obviously this doesn't mean Entrance will be making an appearance, but it's interesting to see that his cart from Crash Nitro Kart is in the game while Entrance himself probably won't be in there. For number 9, we have Crunch Bandicoot, the second and last post-Naughty Dog era character on my list. Unlike Entrance, Crunch was actually a major character in the Crash series. He started off as a villain in the Wrath of Cortex, and he appeared in pretty much every other Crash game following, all the way up to Mind Over Mutant. If they have to include one Crash character after Naughty Dog's departure, I think it should be Crunch. Number 8 is a Tribesman? What? Yeah, you heard that correctly, a Tribesman. I wanted to include some more obscure and strange picks for the list, and I think the Tribesman fits the bill. If Mario Kart can include the likes of Koopa Troopa and Dry Bones, then why not include a Tribesman? The Tribesmen have been around since the beginning of Crash, and they've appeared in a few other Crash games as well. Plus the leader of the Tribesmen, Papu Papu, appears in CTR and he will be returning in Nitro-Fueled. Wouldn't it be great if he had a little buddy with him? For number 7, we have Baby T. If Polar Impera can drive karts, then I don't see why Baby T can't. Baby T is also one of the few classic era Crash Bandicoot characters that is absent from the original CTR game. He's also a rather underused character in my opinion, so adding him into Nitro-Fueled would be neat. He's already got a model from the Insane Trilogy that they can use, and he's adorable too, am I right? Next is another generic Crash Bandicoot baddie, a Lab Assistant. The Lab Assistants are amazing, I love these characters. If they included a Lab Assistant in Nitro-Fueled, then I would totally main him. There's also a lot of possibilities for alternate costumes. If you play through Crash Warped, then you'll see all the different outfits the Lab Assistants wear through the different levels. I kinda doubt they would include the Lab Assistant or the Tribesman if they're not gonna add too many new characters, because there are more deserving characters that weren't in the original CTR, which we'll get to later on in the video. I also think it's really funny that Cortex Castle has a Lab Assistant stuck in a cage. Fifth is Koala Kong. Koala Kong is another pretty underused character despite appearing in the very first Crash game. The only game he's playable in is Crash Bash, and him and Brio are the only Crash 1 bosses that don't appear in CTR. Kong does need more love. If he's not busy filming a movie or skipping leg day, maybe he will join in on the racing this time. A possible guest character literally everyone has been speculating over is Spyro the Dragon. There's been a lot of rumors and hints suggesting that Spyro will be added as a playable character. He's already appeared in the Game Boy Advance version of Crash Nitro Kart, so this idea isn't very far-fetched. Crash and Spyro have been associated with each other many times in the past, and they even had a crossover game together on the Game Boy Advance. Spyro has also made an appearance in Crash Twinsanity, while Crash appears in The Legend of Spyro: The Eternal Night. The Crash and Spyro trilogies have also been bundled together recently on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Maybe Nitro-Fueled could include a demo of the remastered Spyro 2. The original CTR had the Spyro 2 demo in it. Number 3 is Crash's beloved girlfriend and Pamela Anderson lookalike, Tawna. The Crash series in general lacks female characters, and Coco is the only playable character in CTR that is a female. Polar, Purah, and Pentapenguin are all males, so yeah, Coco is the only female in CTR. Tawna is the very first female character in the Crash series, so including her in Nitro-Fueled would be a great addition, and it could also give some more diversity into the game. Hopefully we won't see her riding away a pinstripe by the end of the game. Number 2 is Komodo Joe's dumber than a box of rocks brother, Komodo Mo. Do I need to say more? You should know why Komodo Mo is so high on this list. In the original CTR, Komodo Joe strangely appears without his brother Mo. Mo was originally planned to be in CTR and he would have shared a kart with Joe, but because of PlayStation memory limitations, only Joe made it into the game while Mo is missing in action. Maybe Mo never got his driver's license and still has a learner's permit. The Komodo brothers typically appear together, so if Mo does appear in Nitro-Fueled, perhaps we get the chance to race against the dynamic duo together instead of just Joe on his own in adventure mode. The Komodo brothers are two of my favorite characters in the Crash series, and I do believe that Mo is yet another really underused character. Now would be Mo's time to shine. Please, Beanox, don't say no to Mo. But before we get to number 1, here are some honorable mentions. Nina Cortex, the niece, or is it daughter, of Cortex that first appears in Crash Burble Ripto's Rampage. She's another well-known post-Naughty Dog era Crash character, but she didn't quite make it onto the list. Emperor Velo, the 27th, more deserving than Zem and Zam if the game needs a Nitro Kart rep. Rillaroot, the one-hit wonder from Crash Bash. Maybe he'll get over his fear of getting his picture taken and he's waiting to make his grand return in Crash Team Racing Nitro-Fueled. And for number 1, it's our Jolly Park mascot.
Really, Bumper Cheeks?
Willy is by far the most beloved and iconic character in the entire Crash Bandicoot series, even more so than the Bandicoot himself. He deserves to be in Nitro-Fueled. Just kidding. The real number 1 is Cortex's original right-hand man, my boy Dr. Nitrous Brio. Where the heck was he during the events of CTR? His beakers are items in the game. What was Brio doing this whole time? Was Brio really that flustered with Cortex that he didn't want to go kart racing with him and everyone else? Being my favorite Crash character, I think Brio would be another excellent addition to the roster. This would also be Brio's second playable appearance in a Crash game, as he has only been playable in Crash Bash along with Koala Kong. He was even planned to appear in Crash Nitro Kart. And besides, he did invent kart racing, so it's only fair that he becomes playable now.
I was in the first game!
Thanks so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Are there any other characters you're hoping will be added into Crash Team Racing Nitro-Fueled? Let me know in the comments below. I may as well bring this up since it is a Crash video. If any of you play Roblox, check out this awesome Crash role-playing game that my friend made. There's over 100 playable characters in the game, and this includes all of the characters from the original CTR and their karts. I will leave a link for the game in the description below along with my social media links. Thanks again for watching this video, and I'm out of here.